Dear Madam Kamala Harris, my name is Marceline Atieno Onyango. I am a former African immigrant to the United States, and this is my story. After I completed high school in Kenya, Africa, I got a supposedly full scholarship to go study in the United States of America. Specifically, I was going to Wichita Hills College in Arkansas. According to the paperwork that I received, everything was supposed to be paid for, including tuition, accommodation, food, transport, everything. And all that I had to do was to pay for my flight ticket and get to America. When I got to America, it turned out that this full scholarship was a lie. I had to sell books and magazines door to door and sleep in the churches in the sleeping bags in order to maintain my scholarship or to earn money for the scholarship. I was in this program for about a year. I never went to any school or to any classes. Eventually, I met a good Samaritan who then removed me from the program, took me to a Baptist church in Arkansas, and they raised money for me to enroll at Northwest Arkansas Community College. Unfortunately, I was only able to attend one semester because, number one, I could not afford the international tuition as an African woman. The international tuition is 3 times what American citizens pay, and the international tuition doesn't make you qualify for any scholarships, any financial aid. I did not qualify for any loans, like nothing. After I dropped out of the college, I was forced to now find a way to survive. I did not want to come back to Africa because I had come from a family that was not able. I decided to study for CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant. I got my certificate and I started working at a nursing home called Heritage Park Nursing Home in Rogers, Arkansas. I was able to get a little stable. And then I realized that the immigration was after me because now I was not going to school, so I was out of status. So I had to again run from Arkansas to Dallas, Texas to hide away from the immigration. There I was working in the nursing home and of course trying to send money home because we have so many resources, mineral resources, but you know what happens. I was trying to work, but then again I had to relocate again for the same reason. From California, from Dallas, Texas to North Brunswick, New Jersey. Again, from North Brunswick, New Jersey to Los Angeles. When I got to Los Angeles, one day my father, like my biological father, died in Kenya. Unfortunately, I was not able to go to his funeral because, number one, I could not afford the air ticket, and number two, I was out of status, and so I was unable to go and then come back to America again. The only option that I had was to marry an American citizen, which, according to my upbringing, I wasn't going to marry somebody that I was not fully in love with just to get the papers. I asked my family, therefore, to film for me a video of my father's funeral and send the video to me. When the video was received, I was living then at a homeless shelter named A Brighter Future, which is located on 1553 Sunset Boulevard in California, Los Angeles. When the homeless shelter received the video, the director was named Elizabeth Olguins, and the program manager was named Elizabeth Olguins, and the program director was named Kendra Shepard. Okay, I've just turned it around. Kendra Shepard was the program manager and Elizabeth Olguins was the program director. Now, when these two women received the video of my father's funeral, instead of giving the video to me, they opened the video. They were watching the video. When I came and I passed by their office, they were watching the video on a desktop computer. When they saw me, they not only banged the door, they burst out laughing. I knocked the door several times, telling them to just open the door and give me the video of my father's funeral. And I was asking them, what is so funny about my father's death? On top of grieving, I also felt insulted and annoyed and angry like anybody else would. I used to hustle selling hot dogs in the Hollywood nightclub, so I had charcoal lighter fluid in the house. I lit a rag on fire. The fire was turned off with a hooded sweatshirt. The police was called, Los Angeles police, and I was charged with arson. I was charged with arson 451B. As I kept going to court, they added 2 more false charges of criminal threats, claiming that I said I was gonna kill these people, which was completely a lie. I fought my case at Los Angeles County Jail for 18 months, and you, Madam Kamala Harris, you're a former prosecutor, and you know that the statute limit should be 12 months. For 18 months, these people kept claiming that I am mentally ill, I don't know what, things that were just false. Madam Kamala Harris, I was eventually taken to a trial, and I was sentenced to 5 years in California State Prison. I served the whole 5 years with 85%. On the day of my release, now thinking that I have already paid for my crimes and I'm ready to be free, I was arrested again at the prison gate by the immigration people. I was taken to San Diego Immigration Jail, where I was held again for 8 months. After the 8 months, I lost my case. And I went on a hunger strike. I didn't want to be deported because I felt like it wasn't right. I wanted another chance, and I knew very well that I'm not a criminal, and I had only been provoked to do what I did. One day, because now I was on a hunger strike, and I was being fed by tubes on my nose, and I was being fed by IV fluids, the immigration police came, about 8 of them. They pulled out the medical stuff out of my nose. They pulled out the IV fluids. They put me on a stretcher, naked, wearing only the hospital gown that covers the front. Madam Kamala Harris, no matter what I did in America, I did not deserve to be deported but naked. I was beaten and tortured. I was dragged in the winter on the floor. Madam Kamala Harris, I have always been so scared to say, because I am so scared that everybody will judge me, but I was raped. When I got to Kenya, my hospital gown was full of blood. I was bleeding everywhere. And so because I was bleeding, the hospital gown folded and I was naked. Before they got me off at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, they were ashamed to get me out naked. And they tried to dress me in American jail clothes in Kenyan soil. Madam Kamala Harris, you are a black woman. No matter what I did, the Red Cross made videos of me, the Kenya Red Cross. When I arrived in Kenya, I was taken to Mater Hospital in South B using an ambulance. There is medical report, there's Red Cross videos, all the way from the airport. The Americans were called to the airport. And I remember there was a guy that I don't remember his name who promised that the case will be looked into. Madam Kamala Harris, I have been unable to do anything while I am in African soil. And my challenge is not a single challenge. These are the problems that African immigrants face. I am hoping, because I know that you're the next American president, that I will finally find justice. This thing traumatized me so much that even though it's been so many years later, I haven't been really able to move on and prosper like normally with my life, because my heart is still crying for justice. And that is why I am putting out this video, that somebody will forward it to you and that you will look into my case as President of the United States, as a black woman, as an American black woman. And so many African immigrants go to the same. My final request, find a different way to get a pathway to citizenship. Yeah, I know that there are many ways. There is VAWA, yeah, there's VAWA, but I couldn't claim VAWA because I was already getting deported. I couldn't claim anything. In prison, police officers having sex with me, and I was just so young. So many issues that I can't talk about because this video is now, the time is up. That's my message. Thank you.